Appeal to ignorance. In fact, it is not possible to know that it could have been different, for we are unconscious of our limitations. The opponents frequently rest their case for free will on their own consciousness of freedom. It seems immediately and introspectively clear to them that their choices are uncaused. But such a view assumes that they would be conscious of causality if there were any. To see that this is not the case, one may try to specify the conditions under which a man could know that he had a free will. We observe in children, and sometimes in adults, atypical forms of conduct that we ascribe to fatigue. The child is fussy because he has missed his nap, or to nervous strain. The adult blows his top or takes to alcohol. The individuals in question are acting voluntarily and may well believe that their choices are uncaused. We know better. We know what the causes are, and we know that they do not recognize them. Although it is easy to see this in the case of other people, there is a tendency to overlook the fact that the same is true of ourselves. We usually assume that nothing is affecting our own will, just because we are not conscious of the causality. But how could we be sure that there is no cause? What conditions would have to be met before we could know that nothing is determining our choices? Not only would we have to eliminate the possibility of fatigue and nervous strain, but we would have to eliminate other factors that are neither so easily examined after we think of them, nor so easily thought of in the first place. There are minute physiological conditions beyond our usual or possible range of attention. Some incipient disease may be affecting our minds. There are also external meteorological factors, for admittingly unpleasant weather is depressing. And can we be sure that a sunspot whose existence we do not suspect leaves us unaffected? Even though the will is not mechanically determined, these external conditions, as well as our physiology, seem to alter our conduct to some extent. More important than physiology and astronomy is psychology. May there not be some subconscious jealousy that motivates our reactions to other people? Why do we eat chocolate sundaes when we know that we should reduce? Are we free from the influence of parental training? The scriptures say, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." Parental training and all education proceed on the assumption that the will is not free, but can be trained, can be motivated, can be directed. Finally, beyond both physiology and psychology, there is God. Can we be sure that He is not directing our choices? Do we know that we are free from His grace? The psalm says, "Blessed is the man whom you choose and cause to approach you." Is it certain that God has not caused us to choose to approach Him? Can we set a limit to God's power? Can we tell how far God's power extends and just where God's power ends? Are we outside His control? The conclusion is evident, is it not? In order to know that our wills are determined by no cause, we should have to know every possible cause in the entire universe. Nothing could be allowed to escape our mind. To be conscious of free will, therefore, requires omniscience. Hence, there is no consciousness of free will. What its exponents take as consciousness of free will is simply the unconsciousness of determination. This disposes of our trivial examples in which we are told that the choice between cherry pie and apple pie is totally uncaused. Such cases do not do justice to the gravity of the subject. If, however, examples are requested, one might take Martin Luther's choice. Here I stand. So help me God, I can do no other. With the greater consciousness of the issues involved comes a lesser assurance that an alternative is possible.